We've spent this entire playlist talking all about the video elements of Adobe Premiere Pro, and whilst Adobe Premiere is a video editing program, we can't neglect the audio. So I'm going to talk about some audio effects and what you can do with your sound inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. So as you can see, this is a video clip from a tutorial that I've posted before, and this is the video and this is the audio linked. Now, first of all, how do you unlink these two? Right click, unlink. So they are now separated. Of course, if you wanted those to be linked, right click, link. So these are now linked. Let's say you wanted to adjust the volume of this. Well, we would zoom into here, increase the size of this, and you can see we've got this play head here, this line. This is essentially affecting the level. Now pay attention to this here. As you can see, it's sitting at a decent level, but let's say it was too quiet. It was down here. You want your audio to live somewhere in this region up here. If it's not, then all you need to do is just pull this up. Let's pull that up a little bit more. And there we go. Now, let's say if we wanted to duck this in and out so the volume comes up and then the volume fades out. In order to do that, we want to go to our pen tool. Create a brand new keyframe at the start point and the end point, and then on that start point, we'll just drag that down. So now it's going to fade in, and you can see that on the waveform. And the same thing applies for going out. So new keyframe, go over, fade out. We know all about keyframe animation. It's the exact same process here. And of course, same thing again, we can right click on the frame, on that keyframe, and we can ease in and ease out. And if we full screen this and we zoom right in, you can see we've got these handles, and essentially you can control how that fades in and out. So let's do that on this one. So ease out and ease in. And then these little splines, these handles, we can use those to control the curve of that fade out. And we can increase the size of that and then change the shape. So maybe we want it to stay quite loud and then all of a sudden ducks out. This is how we would do that. There you go. Of course, as well, we've got some audio effects. Now, there's loads of different audio effects here that I can show you. If we go into effects, we've got audio effects here. You can see we've got delays and echoes. We've got amplitude and compression. We've got de-esser. That's going to take the S's out of the voices. You've got dynamics. And dynamics is a really important one. Let me show you what this one does. So if I put dynamics onto the audio and we go into dynamics, you can see we've got an auto gate, compressor, expander, and a limiter. Now, typically when I'm doing dialogue to camera, I like to turn the compressor on, make this up a little bit. So if it's quiet audio, I may have to increase this quite high. If it's not quite, but I just want to increase everything up, then I'll just pull that up to around 5. Then if we turn the limiter on and set that to -2 or 3, you can see it's not ever going to peak. It's going to stop that. So the makeup is essentially just bringing everything up, and then the limiter is just stopping it from going too far and then peaking and distorting. An auto gate essentially is just going to dip the audio out anytime the audio goes under a certain level. So if you've got some background noise, or if there's a conversation between two people and you want to mute that audio every time this person stops talking, then you could turn the auto gate on, adjust the threshold, the attack, the release, and the hold to essentially duck that down automatically rather than you having to keyframe everything. Now, in effects, you've also got the parametric equalizer, which is an effect that I love to use on my audio. So if we go into the custom setup and select edit, you can see this is just a representation of our audio. You can see that playing, and typically 9 times out of 10, all I do here is just go down to vocal enhancer. It's just going to basically just take some of this end off and then increase this up here. It just makes the audio just sound a little bit more pleasant. It's worth noting though that this might not work for every single clip, and it might not suit the voice of the person that you're doing this on. It might end up eating into their vocal registry. But it's a good starting point. And what else can I show you? Reverb. Reverb's a good one. So you can add in reverb by going to Studio Reverb. So edit, and we can change this by using presets. So we can do a large vocal reverb as if you were in a big grand hall. So a reverb is just echo. And of course you can change that. You can go to a small vocal room and you can change this to a dry or a wet reverb. Essentially, do you want it to be ringing out or do you want it to be a bit more controlled? There's loads here that we can cover, but essentially all you really need to know at this point is pulling this up is going to change the volume. Adding in keyframes is going to help to animate this in and out, and then you can use effects to enhance your audio. So, like I said, you've got a de-esser. So this one here, de-esser is essentially just going to take the S's out. So every time you get that sharps from an S sound, it just minimizes that. You've got a de-noise, which is this one, which is essentially just going to get rid of any background noise. So if there's any hums, so maybe there's a fridge or an aircon in the background, or maybe there's some microphone hiss or some traffic. If there's constant noise in the back, the de-esser can help to target that. And again, you just drag that onto your clip, go to the effect controls, go into edit, and you can target specific frequencies. So you can target lower frequencies. So if there was a low hum, if there's a loud, high-pitched mic distortion sound, possibly, you could get that from the higher frequencies. And there's loads of other effects, but essentially, this is all you need to know at this point about audio. I'm probably not the most qualified person when it comes to audio, so I'm not going to go much further than this, but these are the effects that I will use day to day on my projects.